Coach Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Obviously, they were able to get hot from beyond the arc tonight. What did you see on the looks they were able to get, and how much was that a factor?
Well, you have to give them credit. They did get hot. Obviously, but there was a lot of open looks. Our ability to get into that basketball, but again, you have to give them credit for knocking shots down.
Afterwards, what was your message to the group? Obviously, they played with pretty good energy, but the perimeter shooting obviously played a factor.
Well, we've talked about it from the beginning, being able to defend the 3-point line, obviously taking care of the basketball. Our turnovers, 20 turnovers for 31 points, and then obviously early on it was just defending without fouling. So those same categories, I think we could have done a better job keeping them off the glass, where they got a lot of those second chance kickouts. So, just understanding that to continue to fight, continue to scrap, continue to play till that horn goes off.
Jamahl, was there something specific you were seeing out there that allowed them to get as many open threes as they did?
I'll have to go back and look at the film, but I think that some of it was some of our communication and some of the pick and rolls. And again, they shot a couple from 30 plus, So our ability to get into the basketball, I'd like to see we have more heat on the ball, make them uncomfortable, similar to how we did down the stretch.
And coming into tonight, I think you guys were allowing one of the worst percentages on corner threes. Opposing teams, I think, were shooting over 50% rather, on corner threes. What have you seen from that side, specifically on corner threes and defending them?
I'll refrain. How many did they make tonight? Did you?
I don't know the exact number they made tonight, but it seemed like they were getting a few just open corner threes tonight.
Well, some of that came out of rotations, and that's where, as that ball swung around the horn, if you were, you're double team, and those guys are getting some open looks. And then obviously some guys that, you don't have slotted as 3-point shooters stepped in and made shots. So you have to give them credit for that.
Jay Serrano, Orlando Magic HQ. So it's now like the second game in a row where it seems the third quarter seemed to be the Achilles heel for the team. How do you now, going into Wednesday, kind of bring out that motivation in the team to make sure next time it doesn't get better?
I think we just got to continue to talk about that. Obviously understanding how we need to come out and set the tone early. Pick up our defense, let it be our defense that starts it, and then that'll flow into our offense.
Coach Jeremy Brenner with the Magic Insider. Excuse me, sorry. To say that the Rockets are hot tonight would be an understatement, but even then, you're still in it. You still have the chance to win that game. What does that say about your group?
It says so much about these group of guys. They are resilient. They are fighters. They are tough. They are going to stay together because that's who they are. Again, they're going to continue to fight no matter until that horn goes off. But like you said, the Rockets got hot. That's exactly what they did.
Coach Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Kind of talk about Paolo Banchero's performance tonight. He got 30 points, and he was actually pretty good on his shots. He, especially on the free throw line, like he got 12 or 14. Kind of talk about his performance tonight.
Well, he has that unique ability just to get to the basket. His strength, his size. He understands, when he has a mismatch on him, his ability to get to the line is huge for us and allows us to, keep piling up points in the paint.
Jamahl, you talk about the fight of this team, but at the same time, still the results are close, just not in your favor. Results aside, how do you know that the process that you're trying to implement is working the way you want it for not just the staff, but this team?
I think it's going to keep being based on the little things that we do. We talk about dominating the simple, and tonight we were still in that game because of our fight. But then there's the other side of it where we have to continue to understand the simple plays, taking care of the basketball, defending without fouling early, understand who you're closing out to on the 3-point line. Just understanding those little pieces will continue to help us grow and get better, obviously from a game plan night to night.
Thank you, Coach.
Terrence, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Obviously, they got hot from outside tonight. How much of a factor was that in tonight's outcome, and how were they able to get such, good looks?
I think they were just comfortable. We didn't do a great job of taking them out of their comfort zone, and they might not be the best 3-point shooters, but they're still NBA players, so they're capable. And I think they just got really comfortable really early.
Terrence, you mentioned that they got comfortable. What were you guys doing that allowed them to get comfortable?
I think it's just, start the game and I think, Eric Gordon got a feel-good 3, Jalen Green got a feel-good 3, and then, Kenyon came off the bench, hit a couple threes, so it kind of snowballed and they were just feeling good, and when you play with confidence like that, everybody's going to feel it, so they were shooting the ball well, but, we didn't do a good enough job of, taking that away from them.
You guys have typically defended, especially those above the break threes, pretty well throughout the season. Tonight, not so much. Is there something specific that you saw that wasn't happening right? Specifically, those above the break looks for them.
Just not a good enough contest.
So Mo, season high for you, 14 points on 6 for 7 shooting. Kind of wanted to speak to your confidence out there today. You look very confident throughout all your minutes today. I wanted to ask, how can you bring that into Wednesday's game?
It's just energy plays. You just go out there and, try to do my part as someone coming into the game, do a better job of assessing what the team needs when I'm on the bench before I check in. But just a matter of getting out there and just, trusting my teammates to make some of those passes. Good one today. Trusting my teammates to make those passes and just doing my job, doing my part.
Kieran Patel, or Atlanta Magic HQ. This can be for either of you. It was a pretty demoralizing loss out there. You guys really did fight hard out there in the end, coming back from a 15-point lead. Sort of talk about the scene in the locker room right after the loss. What does that kind of look like for you guys? This seemed like to be the hardest hitting one of the season so far.
Exactly how you expect. Just doesn't feel good. So, we got to shake this one off, pour ourselves together. We got off day tomorrow, so it's probably best that we, get rid of this tomorrow, and then we got Dallas coming in, so you got to shake it off. You can't let it linger too long.
Guys, this is Melissa Thomas with Florida National News. Either one of you can answer this one. But I was asking Coach about Paolo's performance tonight. With him putting up 30 points, he got the team high for the night. But talk about you guys' relationship with him, especially as veterans on the team, the kind of advice that you've been imparting to him.
Go do what you do. He's really good at basketball. He's a special talent, so you got to let him fill his way out. This is his 11th game, 10th, 11th game, so he's doing a really good job. To put 30 up in your 10th game is impressive. So, we just give him the confidence to be him and go out there and just play ball.
Mo, basketball aside, obviously the NBA won't have games tomorrow. You've been active in getting people to vote. Just in your mind, how important is it that people get out there and educate themselves and vote tomorrow?
I think it's very important to go out there and vote. There's an array of issues that, are really upsetting people in society today. And I think voting is the ammunition to get out there and create that change that we so desperately want and need.
Anything else?